Okay,
All right.
we're back with some more 2XKO speculation.
Yes, I've got my tier list up here. I've got a very long Word document with a lot of notes.
Oh, good.
Yes. So my original plan for this was to do Zaun and Piltover tonight, but even combined, there's fewer champions than either Noxus or Ionia. So I thought I'd toss in another zone. So I was going to do Bandle City as well.
Okay.
But even then, it'd be like about as long as one of our previous streams, and those were only about an hour each. So if we have time tonight, I might also do Demacia.
Okay.
That would knock out a lot of the like major zones. So I'd like to get
good.
as much done before Evo as possible. It's a few weeks away.
Because that seems like a good chance for the roster to get finalized.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, just for reference, these are the champions we already know. And then my picks for the final 3 roster spots are Akali, Lux, and Vi.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are the 2 champions from Noxus and Ionia that I think are most likely to make the cut.
Oh, yeah.
And then these are
Set and LeBlanc, is
Set
that?
and LeBlanc, yeah. And these are some that I think are very likely. I kind of lean yes, kind of lean no. Don't think are super likely, and I think are pretty unlikely down here. But let's get to Zaun, I suppose.
All right.
Probably the most like explored region recently in League of Legends, with all of Arcane.
Oh, that's
and
right.
lots of other media. They've gotten several new champions recently.
So yeah, I know we had people encourage us to watch Arcane from our last stream. I do have some news on that front, some good and bad news. The good news, we did reactivate our Netflix account, but the bad news is we reactivated it so our mom could watch the Wallace and Gromit movie.
Yes, we still haven't watched Arcane, but we'll get there, I'm sure. They've got all sorts of cool stuff.
If you want to discuss Wallace and Gromit in the comments, you're welcome to.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, let me get my Runeterra lo-fi music.
Oh, yeah, we have lo-fi League of Legends music.
I don't know if you'll be able to hear it.
That's okay. I guess I could open it up myself on my computer if I really wanted to.
Relaxing and epic League of Legends music.
Yes. So we already have Jinx and Echo from Zaun on the roster. And I would say, like, if I had tried to make this list before, like, knowing anything about the roster, Jinx would have been my number 1 and Echo would have been pretty high. So definitely hitting, like, the big names so far. But there's still a few Zaunites who I think make a good case. We're going in alphabetical order, so we're starting with Blitzcrank.
Oh, okay. He's the grab guy.
The grab guy. The Great Steam Golem, I think is his tagline. I've seen a lot of people talk about how he could be like the main grappler in this game, like Zangief or Potemkin. I don't think that's super likely because like his most famous grab is a range.
Yeah,
grab.
It's like a get over here scorpion style.
Like, so you couldn't like, if you wanted it to be unblockable like a regular command grab, you would have to compensate for that in some way. So I don't know if they'd want to do that with him, but I do think like he has a pretty solid case. He's like still I think one of the most played supports, especially for like newer players. I think a lot of his stuff fits the game well. He's got this big fist that feels very fighting gamey. I like his lightning and steam powers. I think that would work well. And the grab move is so iconic. I think you're right. It would probably work better as more like a scorpion style combo extender than like an actual grab, but we'll see. Also, if they do want like a big tough grappler character, I think there's a few other characters who might like fill that slot better. But I do think like he has a pretty decent shot. He's a cool steampunk robot. He sells the setting pretty well.
I know he's pretty popular.
Yeah. I remember getting grabbed all the time when I last played ADC in League of Legends, which was probably sometime in the last 10 years. I'm not quite sure.
I don't know.
But yeah, I have him in my lean yes.
Cool.
I think decent shot. I don't think he's like compared to like the people up here, especially with like the other zones who have like really popular, really fighting gamey champions. He definitely doesn't feel like he belongs quite in that tier, but I still think.
What's the big robot from Guilty Gear? Is that Potemkin?
Yes, he's not a robot though. He's just a guy in like armor.
Oh, okay.
Before Exerd, he even like didn't have a helmet, so you could see what his face looked like.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. There is a robot in Guilty Gear, but it's a robot version of Kai Kisk.
Oh, okay.
Who now is a chef, I think?
Oh,
or he
nice.
works for a chef. I don't know. Guilty Gear lore is a beautiful and wonderful thing.
Okay, I see a helmetless Potemkin here.
Yeah. Back then, he was like a slave under a military dictatorship. But in between, I think, Guilty Gear XX Accent Core plus R and Guilty Gear Exerd, there was like a coup in the country he lived in, and he was on the side that toppled the evil dictatorship. So now he's a proud citizen. That's why he has a uniform and a cool helmet. Okay, next up, probably one of the most iconic League of Legends champions. It's Dr. Mundo. Come on. I'm gonna pull up his page so we can look at him. Look at how purple he is.
Oh, yeah.
He got a visual upgrade, I think, sometime recently, and they spruced up his kit a bit. But I think, like, if you want a mad scientist to represent Zaun in the 2XKO roster, I think this might be the guy.
Uh-huh.
He's got, like...
I heard there's a few of those in Zaun.
Yeah, they have a few. There is one other mad scientist I have ranked above him, but I think Mundo also would be a great fit for that slot.
Uh-huh.
Feels very... I was going to say Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but he's just like Mr. Hyde. But I think they've done a good job of diversifying his kit recently instead of just like whacking people. He has like this saw he throws. He also throws a bag, like a doctor's bag at people.
Oh, okay.
He can defibrillate, which is fun. I think like they've done a lot to like add cool effects and very thematic stuff to his kit to really sell the crazy doctor thing. And like he just has so many good skins. Like, come on.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I like Dr. Mundo a lot. I think his slot, his chances are very good. I have him up here with my most likely.
Nice.
I think I have two most likely from Zaun this time, since they've already gotten like a few champs in.
That's true, yeah.
So not three like Ionia and Noxus. But yeah. Mundo, I think, very good shot. Oh, this one's good too.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yes. Okay. Who's next? Oh, this is a champion. Like the last time I actually played this game, I played this champion a bunch whenever I would get support, which was what I usually played.
Oh, Janna.
Janna. I forget she's from Zaun. I think she didn't used to be, but I think she got moved into here. I don't think she shows up in Arcane at all, but she is
we
from...
wouldn't know, unfortunately.
Yeah, we wouldn't know. I know the main characters who show up in Arcane, but I don't know like who all has like cameos.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Janna, she's like trying to like...
She has like wind magic.
Wind magic. I think she's trying to like cure the polluted parts of Zaun or something. Here's the thing about Janna, as someone who played her a bunch last time. She's boring. Just kind of like a dull character, and her kit is like pretty simple. She has this tornado, which I think is like her most iconic thing. It sort of like charges up and you can fire it, but you can also fire it early. She's got a heal. She's got a bird projectile and a shield. Very classic like support kit.
Yeah.
I'm really torn about Janna in terms of 2XKO because I think she's very boring in League, but I think she could make a really cool fighting game character.
Like a zoner?
Just mechanic. Not zoner really. I would really play into like the support angles. Like there's a character in Blaze Blue named Rachel Alucard.
Oh, like the little vampire lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like each like Blaze Blue character has like a special ability called a drive, and Rachel's ability, her drive is that she can like blow wind from like off stage in any direction, forward, back, up, down, diagonals, and since she's kind of a zoner, but it's more like trap based.
So
she can like throw down traps and like blow them at people and like blow herself, blow opponents around. And I think that's a really cool thing that could be in a tag game. Like imagine you're playing Janna on a team with Jinx. Jinx tosses out her traps and Janna blows them. And like any other trap-based character, any character that like leaves stuff on the screen. So I think the potential is there to like do cool stuff with their kit. Like you could also steal stuff from Fujin's moveset in Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's got a lot of cool wind abilities. But yeah, so I'm torn between like all the neat mechanical stuff you can do with her and the fact that I've played her a lot and find her very boring.
Yeah.
So I kind of have her in lean no. I also just don't think she doesn't show up a ton in like ancillary stuff. And I think she gets played at like low skill levels in League a lot, but she doesn't show up in pro play like ever. I think there was one point where she did, but it was because there was like a support item that was broken. So like the supports that could cast shields were like the top picks in bands. But yeah, Janna, I just lean no. Next up is a newer champion you probably might not be familiar with. Added like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. This is way down here. Renata Glass.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Yes. She's the Chem Baroness. She's sort of like business tycoon / organized crime family leader, since in Zaun that's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But mechanically she's like a support champion. She has a very support-ish kit. She has like this handshake that can be like a push. I think it can also grab, maybe. I don't know how she works exactly. She can buff people. She can shoot them with missiles. And her ultimate is like an AoE thing that can drive people crazy and make them attack each other.
Oh, okay.
Which is neat.
Interesting.
She's not like super popular, but she shows up all the time in pro play.
Oh, okay.
She's like been like a pro staple since release. I like her look a lot.
Yeah.
But she's got a moveset I'm not sure really translates super well to like a fighting game.
Yeah, I guess she couldn't really do like her signature ability where she 6 people on each other.
Yeah, it'd be tricky. You could like maybe find a way to like kind of make it work, I guess. You could like maybe turn it into her ultimate and just have like a cutscene of like the two like tag team members wailing on each other.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That would kind of work, but I agree it's like difficult to implement, and it's like the most unique thing about her.
Yeah. To translate mechanically.
Yeah. So yeah, I think like maybe because I do think it'd be fun to have like a cool mafia lady in the game, but like I have her down a lean now because I just don't think she'd make a super cool fighting game character without some changes. All right. Time for another mad scientist. One who does show up a bunch in Arcane. Well, not a bunch, but sometimes. It's this guy.
Oh, Singed is in Arcane?
Is in
I guess
Arcane.
I should watch it now.
He does have a key role in Arcane.
I remember enjoying Singed quite a bit when I did play League.
Yeah. Singed, I think, I could definitely see him showing eventually, especially since he does have a big role in Arcane, and it looks like they might be setting him up for a big role in whatever show ends up following Arcane.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they're gonna do maybe some more stuff with that. I heard at one point that the studio who made that was going to do a Noxus show, but I guess that was never officially confirmed.
Oh, okay.
So we'll have to see. I guess they also confirmed in Arcane, although I don't know if it's canon for like main League of Legends, that Oriana, the robot character, is like his daughter, and he was like doing like weird science stuff to try to save her or preserve her in some way. And that's what drove him to mad science. But I think Singed odds are pretty good. He has a lot of really like iconic abilities, like the poison trail,
yes, and the fling,
the goo, and especially the fling. Like I think like if you wanted a grappler, you could probably like turn this into a throw. Just pick him up and chuck him behind you into some poison. That's just like the classic Singed move. But yeah, I like Singe a lot. I have him in lean, yes, but that's mostly just because like he's behind 2 other mad scientists.
Yes.
We'll get to the last mad scientist in a bit. But yeah, I think his odds are fairly strong. Also, he might be due for a visual rework, so they might hold off on like putting him into any other games until like they do that.
Yeah, that
like they might
sense.
Make him look more like he does in Arcane, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if he ever gets into actually like any fights in Arcane. From what I saw, he still looks very singed-ish, but like he doesn't have like a big shield or armor yet.
Oh,
as far as I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
So he's mostly just doing the science stuff and not the battle stuff. But yeah. Cool. All right. Next up, it's rat time.
Oh, right. Rat time.
Twitch.
Is it the rat roundup?
Yes, it's the rat roundup. Here on twitch.tv. All right. Twitch, another poison guy. Loves to hit people with poisons.
I think I've seen a few pros play him.
Yeah, I don't think he's super common, but he shows up occasionally. I think it depends on like what the meta's like, because I think he's like one of the champions that does well if like games go pretty late.
Okay. So, scales.
Yeah.
Really well.
But yeah, he also doesn't have like a ton of movement, so you need someone who can really babysit him a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of recent like bot lane champions have the ability to get themselves out of trouble. We'll get to one of those later.
I guess Tom Kent should be like one of those.
Yeah.
Because he can move people around.
Yeah. I do think like his main thing is poison, so if another like poison character gets into the game, I think it might be hard to implement, especially like, you know, Singed also loves poisoning people. But yeah, he's okay. I have him lean no, just because I don't think he has like a cool ability to work off, or like he doesn't like, he's not super popular, but he's fine. There's no like one big knock against him, but there's no like, yeah, this is why I'd like to see this character in the game.
Yeah, not really big anything standing out as well.
I don't know if he's in Arcane. I feel like he's one of those characters that might show up as like a cameo or something, but I don't know. So yeah, lean no for Twitch. Oh yeah, have you seen this guy's rework? I forget when it was. So our next guy is, I skipped him. Urgot.
Oh, I don't think I have.
Yeah, they did a great job with Urgot. He used to be just kind of like gross and he sucked, but now he's gross and also he looks cool.
Nice.
He's like a big like crab monstrosity.
Okay.
Sort of. They changed him around quite a bit. He's basically like an entirely new character. Like I think old Urgot's problem was that like his ult was like so powerful they had to make the rest of his moveset like kind of shitty and awkward to use.
Okay. Well, what did that old ult do?
It was basically you could just click on any opponent on the team and that opponent and Urgot would switch places. So if you get it on like their like big damage dealer, like Urgot would probably die, but like so would the character on the other team that did the most damage.
Yeah.
So it was a great like way to start team fights.
Interesting.
He still has a pretty neat ultimate. He like just gets those chains on people.
Oof.
And then he drags them in, and if they drop below a certain like health threshold, it just executes them.
Just sucks them in.
Yeah. He also has exploding knees. See, they sort of glow red there.
Oh, I see.
And they blow up if they so you can like hit enemies if the direction matches. And other than that, he's got some poison weapons still.
Interesting.
He's got rockets and stuff.
So I wonder how many abilities there are on champions that are based off of like the orientation.
Yeah, I think
really
it's something they've kind of been playing with a bit. Like, if we get to Demacia tonight, Fiora also has something like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, it could be like something interesting to work with. I really like a new Urgot in League of Legends. I do think like his whole like leg setup here makes him like really tricky to work in a fighting game.
Into the Motaro problem.
Yeah, the Motaro problem. Talked a bit, just like how do you pick up and throw? How do you like trip this guy as well?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have him down as my my longest shot for Zaun. As cool as I think the new Urgot is.
Yeah, unfortunately, the cool design kind of works
against being in a fighting game. Still, if they can find a way to make it work, I think that would be pretty neat. All right, now the champion who like, I think no character has like done better from Arcane than Victor, who has become like hugely popular since Arcane.
He's like one of the main.
Yeah, he's one of the main characters. They just did like a whole sort of redesign of his look to make him look more like he does in Arcane.
Oh, okay.
At least like at the end of Arcane, because I think for most of Arcane he just looks like a guy. He's sort of like a very kind of sickly twink, is my understanding. I think there's a lot of like Victor Jace shipping. I think that was a thing before Arcane, but it got kind of cranked into overdrive. But yes, Victor, major part of Arcane, kind of hugely popular now. Shows up in pro play quite a bit. It's like this is one of Faker's, I think, like signature champions, or it was
so
for
like
a while.
Mid laner.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has some cool stuff. I really like. I think this is it. His laser. There.
Oh, there. Yep.
Cool. But yeah, he's got interesting tech. I imagine he'd probably be like another zoning type character, but I think like they could like give him a lot of interesting moves that like just don't do damage, but just sort of affect the field in some way. Like I've seen characters that do weird stuff with gravity before, like cut jump ability or slow things down. That would be cool for this. If there's a knock against him, like his like sort of signature thing for a long time was that he sort of had a dedicated item that he could like evolve and change as the game went on. But it would take up like an item slot. I think that got changed at some point because it was kind of a nerf having like a spot you couldn't fill with a item. But they still have some version of it, it sounds like. I think that would be like, I don't know how you would put that in a fighting game. That's sort of the most unique thing about him mechanically. But he still has a lot of like cool abilities for a fighting game kit. And he's super popular, and now he's getting a bunch of skins. So yeah. Arcane Savior Victor. Look at that.
Oh my.
His cheeks, they're so bony.
Yes.
But yeah, Victor's my number one guy for Zaun. Another Arcane character, although this one, people really, I shouldn't say people, some people really don't like his Arcane appearance. He's much more humanoid in Arcane.
Oh, okay.
But Warwick, I guess a lot of the show focuses on his like pre-werewolf state. But he does look pretty weird in Arcane.
Yeah, he still looks like a wolf man.
Yeah, just not as like furry.
Yeah,
as he does in League.
He kind of looks like Mr. Hyde in a way.
Yeah, he does. There's something that's kind of similar. I think he's a werewolf. There are werewolves in fighting games. Yeah. Saber Wolf, of course. There's one in Blaze Blue. I think it's Valkenhayn, but I forget. I'm probably forgetting a few others. Oh, there's John Talbane in Darkstalkers. Of course, there's a Darkstalkers werewolf. And where Warwick does some very classic werewolf stuff. I think I love the way he looks when he does Blood Hunt.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
The glowing eyes look great. Yeah. Howls and leaping on people.
I could see Blood Hunt being an interesting mechanic.
Yeah.
Transform and then sort of charges towards.
Yeah. maybe you like get forced into that state until you get close. So you have to, if you're going in, you have to dedicate yourself to going in.
You have to commit.
Yeah. I think like good shot at getting in. I think if he's in though, he's probably like in early. Like he's a pretty simple character. I don't know if he's the kind of character you add like years down the line. But yeah, I think Warwick, lean yes.
Nice.
Cool werewolf guy. Definitely fit the roster. Time for another monster type guy.
This is bad scientists and monsters.
Yeah,
Zach.
it's the Blob. It's Zach.
I don't know much about Zach.
Yeah. Zach's been around for a bit. I think the thing that seems obvious for Zach, just looking at his kit, like if you want like a Dulcim in this game,
yeah, definitely.
Stretchy arms, just long normals. Zach is definitely like your guy. And I think there's a lot of like cool stuff you could do with like his movement. Like all this bouncing is neat. Mm-hmm. Could maybe do like a Blanca Ball sort of thing almost, or just some other stuff. And I think like I feel like I don't know exactly how you do it, but I think there's probably be something cool you could do with like him leaving pieces of himself behind on the battlefield.
Definitely, yeah.
To, like pick up later and use.
There's plenty of fighting game characters that love to leave shit around.
Yeah. I think that's a cool thing. And I just like, I think he'd be a really unique kind of character. You don't see this kind of blob guy in a lot of games. Mm-hmm. He's definitely like a league special. If there is a knock against him, I feel like they've had a hard time making skins for him because he's kind of like one color.
Yeah.
Like his like
party
skin's pretty good. Yeah. They've tried. I like this one. Have you seen the one where he's nacho cheese?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but even like this champion's like over 10 years old and he doesn't have a ton of skins.
Yeah,
but still, he's so unique. I'd really like to see him. So he's one of my more. Where do I have him exactly? Most likely, yes.
Okay.
Next to Mundo.
Cool.
Just also just like I don't know who else you get if you want to fill the Dulcim slot.
Yeah.
Okay. This one will be. Next one will be new to you, I'm pretty sure. It's another bot range champion that got added a few years ago.
Okay.
Zeri. You know how League of Legends has a character from Zaun who's like a sort of like a punk girl with a unique hair color and shoots people with a weird gun.
Yes.
They made another one.
Okay.
Zeri's more kind of like electricity themed instead of just like having, I guess explosions would be Jinx's thing, maybe. Uh-huh. Explosions and traps. She's focused on like moving a lot. She like has this sort of like living battery ability where she builds up like a charge based on attacking and movement, which is kind of neat and I think could be neat in a fighting game. Her big like unique thing in League of Legends is that like she kind of like her abilities scale off attack power and her attack power scales off abilities, and that's like not something that's going to matter at all for a fighting game.
Yeah,
but she has gun shooty abilities for the most part. Also like this is one like champion design. This doesn't really matter for the fighting game, but her like design just like kind of angered people a bit just because like she was like ridiculously overstuffed in abilities when she came out and was just kind of impossible to balance until she got nerfed quite a bit. So I think that left people with like kind of a poor first impression.
Yeah.
But also like I don't know how she gets into the game with Jinx already there.
Yeah.
It just feels like
seems like a long shot.
Yeah. I don't know why you'd get two in there. So yeah, my least likely for Zeri. If she like was more popular, maybe they'd find a way to make it work, or if she was like gonna show up in Arcane 2, maybe down the line. But yeah, for now I think we're set on like ranged gun Zaun punk girls.
Yes.
Almost done. One last character for Zaun.
Okay.
It's Ziggs.
Ziggs.
Another character I forget is from Zaun, because I just assume all Yordles are from the Yordle town. But yeah, bomb guy, like every one of his abilities is some kind of bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And they do neat things, but I think like he's got the standard sort of Yordle issue. And I guess once I get to Bandle City, I can talk about the Yordle issue in depth, but like difficult to like extend the hitbox so they can get hit by anything without it looking awkward.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the Yordles, it also like struggle to like throw punches and kicks, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's something most characters are going to need to do at some point, even if you've got a ranged focus. And I think with Ziggs especially, like all he does is throw bombs at people, which works for like a game like League, but in a fighting game, I think you want something like you want to like be able to add to that in some ways that still fits the character. Like they found like ways to explore like Jinx's whole vibe without just giving her more gun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really know like what other similar thing you could do for Ziggs. So I have him as one of the least likely for
his focus
for
seems pretty narrow.
Yeah. All right, that'll do it for Zaun.
Cool.
There we go. Getting through this bunch of jokers. And now we get to the sister city, Piltover. While she hasn't been revealed, I have Vi as like one of my predictions for the final roster, so I won't talk about her.
Okay.
I already mentioned her a bit. But yeah, another bunch of characters who show up in Arcane quite a bit. Also, like, this one was like tough to rank because Piltover doesn't have like any champions who I would say like are like hard nose.
Yeah.
Like the weakest characters I still would like, if I was just like putting them in tiers without trying to like divide them evenly, like would like end up in lean yes or like strong lean no.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, you know, a lot of them are in Arcane, a lot of them are very popular.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then they have a few like I think obvious picks who feel like they'll definitely make the roster at some point. First up, one of the big Arcane characters. It's Caitlyn.
Mm-hmm.
She even has Piltover in her name.
Yes.
Very iconic look, I would say.
Yes.
Like the first League of Legends cosplay I ever noticed was
like
Caitlyn at PAX. I think she'd like just come out or something. Mm-hmm. That hat, very famous. Like I said, a big part of Arcane. She even had like the show's one sex scene that people would not shut up about online. It was like there was a lot of like think of the children discourse for some reason.
Oh, okay. Good for the children's game League of Legends.
Yes, for children's game and children's TV show League of Legends Arcane. But yeah.
I remember when I first saw Kayla, I was like, this is an extremely like
cosplayable character. Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
So
I think Caitlyn is the sort of character like it feels like she'll definitely be in the game at some point just for how popular and iconic she is. I do think it might be tricky to find like a good like kit for her. She's just like she's very gun focused.
Yeah.
And like her other stuff is like she has this trap which is like definitely something you could implement, but it's also kind of similar to like Jinx's kit. Jinx also has traps.
Oh, okay.
So I think you definitely need to find like something to like make her like stand out mechanically, something unique. I would definitely like try to like maybe give her more steampunk law enforcement gadgets or something. Could probably play into that just so she's not just all gun.
Yeah.
But like I think like they'll find a way to make it work eventually. I have her in she's lean yes just because like Piltover is like fairly strong, and I only have one person each in next champ, and most likely just because I wanted to kind of keep the tiers even. But yeah, I think like she'll be in there eventually. And next, right next to her.
Oh,
Camille. Camille, I don't think is in Arcane, but I still think like real good odds for her. I just think like she's got sword legs.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool and unique. I would make her like sort of like this game's version of Elena, like all kicks, no punching.
Oh, okay.
And then since they're swords,
The Akiyama.
the Akiyama, yes, the money lender of Piltover.
Yes.
But yeah, I think you could probably do something really cool with the sort of grappling hooks she has for movement stuff.
Back when I watched Pro play more often, I remember she was pretty big.
Yeah, there was definitely a point like I think where like right after she came out, she was like very like overpowered and she got like banned all the time. But she definitely like settled down into just like a fairly regular pro pick at some point.
Okay.
I think it like she does well when like the meta's not like very tank focused up top, and you can go for someone with more initiation and damage.
Oh, okay.
She has one of those ultimates that is kind of cool, but I think would be difficult to implement in the fighting game because it's just like one of those arena ones where you just lock yourself and one champion into like a pit, basically.
Yeah, there's
like
a handful of those.
Jarvan has one. I think Mordekaiser has one now.
Mm-hmm.
Great for League. Just kind of like doesn't really do much in like a fighting game since you're already one-on-one fighting most of the time.
With one other person.
Like, since it's a tag game, I guess you could turn off tagging for a bit.
But you could disable that.
But I don't think that's like super fun.
Yeah.
I don't want to have people turning off like the game's marquee features as a super. You want to do cool stuff with your tag buddy. But even still, I like Camille's odds. I think she shows like the darker, more oppressive side of Piltover really well. I actually don't know enough about her backstory to know how evil she is. She certainly has a vibe to her. Put her right next to Caitlyn. They're my two lean yeses.
Nice.
All right. Oh, shoot! I hit refresh. Not. Oh, good. It didn't erase everything.
Okay.
That would have been sad. Next up, we talk about champions that show up well in pro play. What about the guy who has like never not shown up in pro play, and also like one of the most popular picks in like just general play, and also just like the prettiest boy.
Yes.
Let's do this right away. He's my number one here.
Oh, okay.
Just like super popular. So many skins. Like he even got here's Arcade. He even got like the Star Guardian skins.
Oh,
so he can
nice.
hang out with the Sailor Moon.
He's the tuxedo mask
He
of
is
the Star
tuxedo
Guardians.
Mask, yes.
My job here is done.
Also, like among like ADC characters, sometimes I have a hard time seeing how they could turn into like more melee focused fighting game characters, but I think that's like an easy workaround with Ezreal. He like it's hard to quantify why this is, but something about just the way he moves in his animations and just how he looks screams SNK fighting character to me.
Oh, okay.
Like King of Fighters and Art of Fighting, those guys. Fatal Fury. I can just see him like punching and kicking people Kyo Kusanagi style, and like augmenting those with like light based abilities, and then having like a projectile suite for when he has some ranged. His ultimate is like not something that would be like I think super cool in a fighting game, since it's mostly like about range and in League of Legends, and like that's not really something you need to worry about.
Yeah.
But I think there's other cool stuff you could find for him to do for like an ultimate or a super move. But yeah, I'm very high on Ezreal making it into the game eventually, just because how popular he is, how many Ezreal skins they sell.
Yeah.
Like the first God, what are they called? Like prestige skins. Like before they sold skins for like $500, they had like they announced like a new tier of skins that were gonna have like special effects, and everyone's special effects that would cost more, and like Ezreal got the first one.
Oh, okay.
A sort of Mega Man as skin.
I see.
But yeah, they are comfortable in their theory that Ezreal sells skins. So
yes,
I think
he's a handsome boy.
Yes, I think he's in. All right. Not in Arcane, though, as far as I know. But I think he doesn't actually spend a lot of time in Piltover in the story. Okay. He's like an archaeologist or something, exploring stuff. You know who does show up in Arcane? Heimerdinger. I said Piltover was hard to rank because I think all the characters are strong. I have Heimerdinger as like the longest shot for Piltover, even though I think like by Yordle standards, he's got like a really good shot. Just because like I've talked about like how hard it is to make it feel like the Yordles are hittable, like without extending their hitbox in wonky ways. But he's got this super big head. You can just punch that thing all day long.
That's gonna connect with your high punches.
Yeah. Also, just like I think like there's a few like scientist characters like in Arxis games that just like litter the field with weird gadgets and stuff. Like what's his name? Asuka most recently in Strive. Kokonoe in BlazBlue has all sorts of weird science weapons. And I think like he definitely fit that slot well. I think it'd be fun to have him like drop turrets, shoot rockets. You could even power them up and just like come up with fun new gadgets that would work in a fighting game. Give him like a big claw or something. Give him, I don't know, a teleportation, right? But yeah, Heimerdinger, I could definitely see making it in just because, who doesn't want to punch that head? He's got such a big brain. Also, I guess like in Arcane, maybe, I shouldn't spoil Arcane too much, but I guess like people like him in Arcane quite a bit. There he is. He's very small in Arcane.
Okay.
So I think you still have to like scale him up a bit. I just think he's easier to scale than the others.
Is that him with a guitar or is that like a Photoshop?
I don't know. I could see it going either way.
Multiple pictures of him with the guitars.
Yeah, so it must be this must be a crucial scene where Heimerdinger, I don't know, joins a jam band.
Yeah.
I think that's Caitlyn in the background. Okay. So yeah. But yeah. All right. Yeah. Piltover just doesn't have any weak champions, so it was hard to rank them. Another Arcane character coming up. This guy, Jace, the Defender of Tomorrow. I think Jace would work really well in a fighting game. There's a few characters, I was gonna say a lot, but they haven't really added any recently that sort of like switch between two forms, like Nidalee, Elise, Gnar. Jace, by far the easiest of those to implement in another game, just because the only thing that changes really is his weapon. Visual at least, and of course all the abilities are different. Switches between gun form and hammer form. And I think like that's definitely something that could like go in a fighting game. There's like all sorts of characters who just do stuff like that, who are kind of stance based. Gen in Street Fighter, Zeku in Street Fighter, Wonder Woman, I think in the first Injustice game had like a ranged and a melee mode.
Oh, okay.
I think it was like whip and sword mode.
That makes sense.
Whip was ranged and sword was just melee. But yeah, also big part of Arcane, fairly popular, shows up a bunch in pro play. Little bit of a himbo, which might go over well.
Okay. Nice.
I do think he runs into a bit of what I'll call the Garen problem, right? He's just kind of like a bit dull in terms of personality. Just very like straightforward and sort of good guy stuff. Though I think Arcane, I guess, probably did some work towards maybe like, making him more interesting.
Yeah, a bit more texture.
Yeah. But of course, we'll have to actually watch Arcane to find out about it. But yeah, after Ezreal, he's my highest ranked.
Okay, cool.
Piltover champ. He's good combination of interesting mechanics, popularity, and mass recognition. All right. And then we've got Another robot. Oriana. I don't think she shows up in Arcane until like right at the very end. Because like I think like one of like the sort of end scenes in like the whole series is like Singed sort of like revealing her or something. So not a huge part of Arcane, but she's in there. One thing, I think she looks pretty different in Arcane, so it's definitely like this character might get like a visual rework at some point. And I could see them holding her off, putting her in other material until like that goes through. Like there's Arcane, you know, pretty similar but like a bit different. But other than that, not widely played just because she's like fairly complicated, but definitely shows up.
She's pretty complex to
a ton in pro play. This is another one of the classic like faker mid lane characters.
Yeah, I remember her being sort of faker.
Yeah, she has this like big like initiation ability.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think you could build like a very interesting character just with all the ball mechanics, using this like not as a projectile, but just something that like stays on the stage, and you have to just kind of like keep it in mind. There's a couple fighting game characters that kind of do stuff like that. Lychee in Blaze Blue has a staff that she just plants on the stage, and then it's something the opponent just kind of has to worry about. But yeah, I could see them doing sort of similar mechanics like this. So the ball's out, and she can either like move it around to make it hit stuff, or she can like use it to control space, or who knows what. Come up with unique ball gameplay. There's so many orbs in League of Legends that this is maybe the most dangerous one. I have her down in least likely, not because I think she won't get in, just because like I think she's so complex she'd show up later in the game's lifespan.
Oh yeah.
And also like after she gets maybe a visual rework, at least a visual update.
Maybe a bigger presence in whatever media they do next.
Yes. Sends Grande out. Just takes his daughter to like a theme park, like a Goofy movie.
Yes.
Oh, I would love to see that. See Singe and Oriana go to like the Beaver animatronic show.
Yeah. Who would be the power line analog?
Funny you mentioned that. Let's talk about our next champion.
All right. Awesome.
It's Seraphine, the Starry-Eyed Songstress.
Oh,
the power line of Piltover.
Oh my god. Wow.
You summoned her into existence.
Yes, I have.
If we get to Demacia tonight, I'll bring up this in like Sona's section, but she sort of replaced Sona as like the main music character in League of Legends.
Okay. I'm not familiar with her at all.
She sort of caused controversy when she was released, not for anything in like her gameplay stuff, but because Riot sort of like put out vlogs where they tried to make her very hashtag relatable and like talked about her struggles with mental illness and like how difficult her life was, like she was a real person and not something thought up by a bunch of like game designers, and that sort of like turned off a lot of people on the character sort of instantly. Like she's still like one of the most like disliked characters just because of her personality. Even though her kit is kind of fine, she's sort of like a hybrid mid lane support.
Okay,
that's like standard kind of mage stuff. That's music themed, buffs and shields and projectiles. Her ultimate is kind of neat. It's sort of like, oh, not her ultimate. What is the one I'm thinking of? Oh yeah, it's her passive. Like doubles up her spells occasionally, which is kind of unique. I could see them maybe doing something fun with that. They've worked her into a lot of like the music skin lines. Like she has KDA skins. I don't think she's actually in KDA.
Yeah, unless they like added her.
Yeah, I don't know if she like joined or if like maybe she's just a feature on the latest album or something. Like she doesn't show up in the group shots.
Yeah,
I'm noticing that right away. But yeah, Seraphine, I don't know, maybe is like my feeling with this character. It feels like she's getting pushed as like a main character in League.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like she hasn't really been embraced by the community. I don't think her kit is like interesting enough to really.
They need to get whoever's running the Wendy's Twitter account.
Yes,
run
exactly.
her social media.
That would probably help a bunch. But yeah, lean no for now. I think just all the other Piltover characters are more interesting and have a better shot. And that's the last Piltover. There aren't. Right. I was shocked at how few there are. There's only 8 characters from Piltover in League of Legends. All right. So I got plenty of time. So it's time to talk about Yordles.
Yes, Bandle City.
Bandle City. This one's up first. It's Corki.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically enough, like I mentioned, like I worry about the height of a lot of Yordles and how they'd be implemented. Corki definitely doesn't have that problem because he's in a plane all the time.
Yes.
On the other hand, he is in a plane all the time, which presents some other issues.
Yeah, like how you're gonna trip him.
Yeah, I was thinking how do you trip him? Like how does his jumping work?
Yeah, like that's true. Flies. That's another issue.
Like you would have to like sort of design Corki to be like intentionally like really goofy.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't even have the ability they're showcasing here anymore. They took it out like a year or so ago.
No more Hextech munitions?
He has Hextech musicians. This thing where he picks up this package is the thing they took out. Like Hextech musicians is like he gets like a bonus to his attack damage. That's true damage. But I guess people didn't like this ability, so they tried to move power elsewhere.
But they didn't update the website.
Yeah. They updated like this bit of it, like the description, but not the GIF. I guess maybe it'd be hard to showcase the GIF. But they don't even have him like auto attacking anything in this.
Yeah,
that's funny. Other than that, there's nothing Corki does that I think would be especially interesting. It's just like shooting people with bullets.
Yeah,
shooting people with missiles, dropping bombs. Like if I was gonna like find a way to get Corki in the game, it would be as like a character that's only an assist, like a cameo in Mortal Kombat 1.
Oh yeah.
So you just call him for bombs or projectiles or like flying around.
Yeah, I could see that.
Or like maybe like you could have another character just summon him as part of their moveset. You know what else might be a problem? How do you like punch?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. There is. I'll say I don't think any character is impossible, because Akatsuki Blitzcamp has this character. This is Blitztank.
I'm not familiar with Akatsuki Blitzcamp. Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's a very strange game. This guy that is the main character, he made it into Undernight Inbirth eventually.
Oh, okay.
And both these characters made it into Blaze Blue Cross Tag.
Okay.
So there's ways you could make it work. Okay. Like here he is fighting Taker, but it's gonna be goofy.
Yeah.
And you know, Yordles are supposed to be goofy.
Yeah.
Like the other option is like you like take Corki out of the plane and have him fight on foot and maybe like call in the plane for abilities, but no one wants that. Yeah. Corki certainly doesn't want that. Yeah. So he's my longest shot for Bandle City.
Yeah. I wonder if honestly the best solution might just be like make it like an alternate sort of mobile fighting game.
Oh
that's
yeah,
just much
that would
goofier.
be cute. Yeah.
Then you'd be able to like have things like more tonally
out there.
Yeah.
But let's talk about a character who actually doesn't have any problems with being implemented in a fighting game. It's Lulu.
Yeah, okay.
One, big hat. Mm-hmm. Big hat means you can extend her hitbox up pretty high. Like my example I've referenced before.
I don't think I'm ever going to see Blitztank and not laugh.
Yeah, Blitztank's amazing. I should send you some Blitztank, like, fighting footage.
Please do. I want to see how that thing fights.
It's very strange. Throws are especially interesting. Like,
this is the Grand Blue lady. Right?
Yeah, like they sort of extend her hitbox with the big skinny crown she has. Mm-hmm. Also, other Yordle problem I've talked about. It's hard to get them like punches and kicks that like, you know, have range. Like you need to control some space with those.
Yeah.
But she's got a big stick.
Yeah.
She's got that staff, and also she has a little fairy friend she could maybe use as part of her like basic attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if push comes to shove, even if those two things don't make it so that Lulu works well enough, her ultimate ability is just you know, cast it on someone and they become giant.
Oh, okay.
And she can cast it on herself to make herself giant.
Oh, okay.
If you like wanted to like have the easiest like implementation of a Yordle where they still feel Yordle is, she could just like cast this on herself in like the pre-fight intro.
Yeah.
And then you just have a giant Yordle fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, and I should say, like, you could definitely scale the Yordles up a bit, but I still think, like, if you're going to put them in the game, you still want them to, like, feel small.
Yeah, you want the size difference there just for, like, identity.
Like, I think Ari is, like, the shortest character in the game currently, and, like, if a character came up to, like, Ari's, like, chest level, they'd still be pretty short, but they really still feel, like, Yordle small in that case. Yeah. I think, like... You know, it's tricky. You don't want to like have the characters not feel like themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lulu doesn't have any problems that way. I think like her kit doesn't have like the most obvious like fighting game implementation. It's a lot of projectiles again, and since she's support focused, a lot of buff stuff as well. Her like interesting thing is like she has abilities that do different things depending on if you cast them on an ally or an enemy. And I'm not sure how you would make that work. Like, it feels like in a fighting game they would just like have those on different buttons. But still, I think like if they do like want a Yordle in the game, Lulu's one of the best options. So I've got her up in lean yes.
Nice.
She's my 3rd ranked Yordle, I believe.
Okay.
At least among Bandle City, because like I would put her almost like on Heimerdinger tier. It's just shows like the silly way I'm breaking this up. It's not like the most accurate way to do it. But who cares? Let's talk about the most likely Yordle to make the game. Rumble.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, because he's in a big mech.
Yeah, he's just in a big mech.
Yeah.
Also, like, you know, punches easily. A lot of his abilities would be really fun. The flamethrower, the harpoon, just dropping lots of rockets on people. And I think the thing that I think is really interesting is like his sort of like passive mechanic, the thing that really ties his kit together. This is an ability where like every special move he uses builds up a heat gauge.
Oh yeah.
When he gets about 50% heat, like he starts doing bonus damage. But if he hits 100%, like he starts breaking down and like can only basic attack people. And that is like a mechanic that you could like transport to a fighting game like 100%. Like this character is like a Robo-Kai in Guilty Gear, Nagoriyuki in Guilty Gear, kind of, who have like almost, you know, that exact same mechanic, like a gauge that fills up when you use their special abilities and can like empower you. But if you go too ham, you burn yourself out, sort of. But yeah, also Rumble, he's technically the smallest Yordle, I believe. Oh, if I remember his lore right. So I think it'd be funny to put the smallest Yordle in there.
Yeah.
Also, I think like his ultimate should definitely like have him like self-destructing his neck, like what's the Overwatch character? Diva style.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. It's got a lot of fun skins. Space Groove Yordle.
Oh my. Tea time. But yeah, I'm high on Rumble's inclusion. Yes, I think he'd be fun. Definitely seems like the most likely Yordle to make it in.
Yes. And now the Yordle that haunts people's dreams. The character who I think might have more skins than anyone else. Oh, he just got new splash art. It's Teemo.
Nice. Yeah, I could see him getting it just out of sheer popularity.
Yeah, Teemo, I was going to say, like, he doesn't have, like, any, like, easy ways to put him in, like some of the other Yordles, but I can see them like putting him in anyway.
Yeah, I mean, even if not as a character, I can't imagine him not being in the game.
Yeah, he has to have some kind of presence. I think they find a way to make him work eventually, just because of how popular he is. Mm-hmm. My current hypothesis is that they make him like this game's version of Neko Arc from Melty Blood.
I've seen this character in memes and stuff. I didn't realize it was a Melty Blood character.
Well, it's what is Melty Blood based on? It's a visual novel called Tsukihime. Sort of like a paranormal horror suspense romance kind of thing. But it has like different routes throughout the game, like depending on which storylines you follow, which girl you want to romance. But also I guess there's like a shitpost route where like this like small cat version of the main female character shows up. Like Neko Art is short for Neko. I think her name's Arkwade. This girl. This is like the regular vampire version of the girl. This is her in cat form. In shit poster cat form. She is also the shit poster character in Melty Blood. I almost want to play her character because her character trailer, if I can get it up. Because like I watched this and I feels like this is how you would have to implement Teemo. Just
I don't have audio for this.
That's fine. I think you can get the vibe just based on looks. Like yeah, one of her ultimates, she comes up with a VTuber overlay, talks about the fight. It's just lots of silly, dumb cat shit. Now, replace the word cat in that sentence with Yordle, and I think that's how I view Teemo being in this game. Just make him like a silly, goofy, fun time character, and also give him lots of mushrooms. Yeah, that's like his main thing.
That's like his thing.
But yeah, I like Teemo's odds. I think I have him sort of like right below Lulu. But I also like they have to find some way to get him in the game because like I need to spend money on this one, I think. Little Devil Teemo.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Look at him. That son of a bitch.
That bastard.
Yeah, they still keep cranking them out. BMO. They'd sell so many BMOs. All right.
They would definitely rake in like the cosmetic money with him.
Like sexy costume style, but so do cute costumes.
Yes.
All right, next up, Tristana.
I'm familiar with Tristana.
Yeah, I remember. I played her quite a bit back in the day. I think I have like some sort of rare convention skin for her.
Oh yeah, from PAX.
Yeah,
I remember getting that.
Yeah, I have a few of those, so I don't think any of them are actually valuable or would have sold my account by now. Tristana, she's pretty popular. I do think she runs into the problem that kind of similar to Ziggs in that a lot of her stuff is just like using her rocket launcher in different ways.
Yeah.
So I think like she might have an easier time because she can just like smack people with it. It's like a melee weapon almost.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but I guess the game already also has a rocket launcher user.
Yeah, with Jinx. Yeah, and I'm not sure like there's not like anything super unique mechanically. I think Tristana presents right now.
I remember when I played, they were kind of advertising Tristana as sort of a starter character.
Yeah, I think that's
simple kid.
Definitely like still where she is. She's like a really simple character if you want to learn like bot lane. Although I think she shows up mid in pro play occasionally.
Oh, interesting.
Which is interesting. But yeah, I have her down lean no, I think, just because not a lot interesting mechanically, and she doesn't have a big hat.
Yes.
So, which helps with the Yordles.
For the hitbox.
Yeah. You know who does have a big hat?
I have an idea.
Yes. It's this guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Vager. Big hat. Big stick. Maybe my favorite personality of any Yordle.
Yes.
I just love the way he says doom. Yeah, Vager is great. One of those characters who I think like, even if like his kit didn't have like stuff to work with, you could really like find ways to expand it just based on how much personality he has.
Yeah, the character you most want to throw a death cap on.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, he's got a lot of just sort of like standard dark magic stuff, but I think I would definitely feel like you could find ways to like really like amp up the personality in a fighting game, give them unique animations. I'm curious to see how they would do this. I think there's probably a way you can implement his dark towers, probably not in like a ring, just maybe have two of them pop up to zap people, something like that. But yeah, I think like if Vager gets in, you're doing it just on how great a personality he has. He's so much fun.
The immense energy.
Yeah. Look at that.
Yes.
This one's good.
Oh, yeah.
This one's pretty good. The sort of Skull Kid look.
Yeah.
But yeah, after Rumble, he's my number one Yordle.
Nice.
But yeah, I think he'd be so much fun in the game.
Yes, absolutely.
One last Bandle City character, but it's not a Yordle, it's a cat.
Oh.
Do you know anything about Yumi? Have you heard any of the Yumi discourse?
No.
She's this feels mean to say about a cute cat. She's sort of the most hated character in the game.
Oh no.
Yumi's whole gimmick is that she's supposed to be like an intro character for like players, learning the game. Simpler than any other character in the game. Her main thing is this feline friendship passive where she can sort of like tether onto another character, and then like Yumi can't be targeted when she does that, and she can't move. She can just cast her abilities as like sort of off of this other character. So like a lot of people just like find this like pretty lazy, I guess, or like you're forcing your bot lane companion to kind of do a lot more work.
Yeah.
And like playing against it all also is kind of frustrating because you can't really interact with Yumi at all.
You can't focus like your support.
Yeah.
Your enemy's support.
Yeah. Also, like there was a strange period where like they sort of buffed her a bit too much, and she kind of dominated pro play for a bit, and caused all sorts of like weird like bot lane duos to crop up. Like Yumi Garen, I guess, was like a popular pro play pick for a brief amount of time until she got nerfed. I think she's kind of been kept in like a very weak state since then because like they don't really want her to show up in pro play. But she still gets played a bunch, especially for like people starting out. She's very simple, easy to learn.
Yeah,
she's cute.
She's a cute kitty cat.
I think there was room for Yumi in the game almost as like a separate mode instead of like a unique character. Like the idea like I had like sort of like last year would be like if you really only wanted to play like one character, like you only wanted to play Darius.
Oh yeah.
You didn't want to learn a second character.
You tag.
Yeah, like, you pick Darius.
With, like, the complexities of tagging.
Yeah, and then you pick Yumi, and then you get like a few like assist abilities, and you still get access to like the mechanics that require having a partner. But then Yumi can't tag in; she never comes on the battlefield. Yeah. She's just like essentially a few extra abilities for Darius. I think that would have been a good way to sort of like take her mechanical like identity in League and put it into the fighting game.
Yeah, and that also gets around the hitbox issue too.
The problem is, I guess the people developing the game also might have thought that's a good idea, so you can do that with any character now. They've implemented a way where you can just like essentially play as one character and just like have the other character be assists.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And there's also a way where you can just play as one character and not even have assists. You just have like bonus health and damage.
Interesting.
So yeah, and I think like I'm not sure like with that kind of system already in the game, I'm not sure like what role Yumi would have mechanically. That said, I think like you could probably like size her up and have her floating around on her book to like make her easy to punch. Although you do run into the tripping problem again.
Yeah.
But still, it would be interesting to have a cat in the game. I don't know any playable fighting game cats. There are a couple dogs.
Yeah, I guess Dexstar is in Injustice as like a support character.
For Atrocitus. Yeah, that's cool. I did like Atrocitus a lot in that game, mostly because of the cat.
I think there's like a signature ability where Dexstar like vomits.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
Blood.
Oh yeah, Dexstar is great. But yeah, I think she's my least likely or my longest shot for Bandle City, just because I don't know what role she has in the game.
Yeah.
Oh no, I have Corky down there already. She's there.
Oh, okay.
That's where I put her. All right. Been going for about an hour 15. Do you want to try to do Demacia tonight?
Sure.
Okay. That would be fun to knock off a good chunk of the roster. Demacia, like, it feels like they were a much more important region early in the game's life. They kind of get ignored a bit now. Though I guess a few years back they had like a Silas spin-off game. That was kind of the most
I remember seeing
attention they got. And they haven't really gotten any new champions in a few years. But anyway, I mentioned her a bit. The first Demacian champion alphabetically is Fiora.
Mm-hmm. I remember when she was new.
Yeah, she's a fencer. And there's, not a lot of like fencers in fighting games, which surprised me. I think there's one in Soul Calibur.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know the one in Soul Calibur, but that's about it. Yeah,
I don't know any others, which kind of surprised me because I think it feels like an obvious sort of thing. You have like a sword character who's more focused on like parry and counterplay stuff.
I mean, like fencers literally fight on like a almost two-dimensional plane.
Yeah, Fiora's big thing that like I think like absolutely she has to have in a fighting game is this duelist dance ability where like the opponent gets like these markers around them, and if she hits them, I think she gets healed and she does bonus damage. They're like vital spots for her to stab.
Interesting.
There's a character in Blaze Blue named Azrael who has an ability kind of like this, except instead of being like 4 directions, it's just like overhead and low attacks. One of those gets like boosted damage and stun. So like, you hit an enemy, that goes on them, and then like that's like another layer of mind games because like if they get the low, like, oh, I have to block low now or else I'll take a big combo. But then like maybe he hits you with an overhead.
It leaves you more open to the overhead.
Yeah. Just another layer of mental stack for people to work with. I think that would be a very, very cool thing for Fiora to have, like a similar mechanic. Other than that, classic stuff, perfect for fighting games. A dash, a parry, various stabbings. And her ultimate, she like exposes vital parts on every spot, which would be a nightmare to deal with. But yeah, she's not like, I feel like she doesn't show up a ton in the lore, but almost no Demacian champs do these days. But I'm pretty high on her. She's high in my Demacia ranking, so I have her up most likely.
Cool.
All right. I don't know if you've seen this Champions rework. He was in the game when we played last.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. He's gone through some big changes.
Oh, okay.
He's like also huge now. I think he's like, in terms of lore, he's the biggest character in the game. He's like a 100-foot tall statue that came to life.
Oh my.
But in the game, he's just regular size. But yeah, Galio, the Colossus. Since he's been reworked, he shows up a ton in pro play. He has this great ultimate where he like flies up, dashes across the map, and just smacks into people. It's like one of those abilities that like has a ton of map coverage. Sort of like Twisted Fate or Shen. You can get to almost anywhere on the map. Has some interesting projectiles. It has a Justice Punch, which would be a great name for a fighting game.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think like a lot of his like mechanics are sort of like map traversal focused, and he's got kind of a focus on like shutting down magic champions, or at least he did in his original kit. I think that's kind of been toned down, but he's still kind of designed to be like an anti-mage mid laner a bit.
Okay.
Neither of those things I think would really show up in a fighting game. I have him down in lean no. I think he's got a great look. Of course, there is like one major gargoyle in not farting games. I don't think there aren't very many farting games in fighting games. Gargos is the boss of Killer Instinct 2.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to draw some inspiration for gargoyle moves, you can definitely go there. But I don't think he's got enough in his kit where I'd say, yeah, I think this guy'd be cool. Although I think like having his ultimate as like a call-in assist would be fun, just smacking into people. But yeah, we'll see. Next, Garen.
I'm familiar with Garen.
I remember Garen. I think here's what I'll say about Garen. If he was going to be in the game, I think we would already know.
Yeah.
He's got like the simplest kit. It's just, hit people with sword, spin, sword, and then his big execute move. Oh, they did change the visuals on that. I do like that now. Oh, okay. But and his sort of like identity in League of Legends is that he is pretty good at roaming. He can like wander the map. I think he gets bonus movement speed. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. He used to have that. So I remember, that was, I think, there was like a big update where they tried to change a lot of the top lane champions at once, and his thing was going to be like he got more bonus movement for like roaming the map to help out other lanes, but I guess he doesn't have that anymore. Shows that I don't keep up with Garen too much. Yeah. He's sort of like, he's very Demacian. If you want a character who just has the Demacian look, he's in there. But he's big, really
like World of Warcraft style.
Yeah. But he's fairly plain.
Yeah, definitely.
He's like the like intro top laner if you don't want to have to deal with a ton of complicated mechanics. And I just think like there's enough similarity with Darius, who like has like a similar just spin around with a big weapon, slam into people, giant shoulder armor. That I feel like he takes up that slot like in the base roster, and I just don't see Garen being like a hype DLC character down the line. I just think he's kind of dull, so he's one of my least likely down here. Maybe if they do make that Noxus TV show and like they do the Garen Katarina romance plotline, they'll find some ways to make him interesting for me. But for now, I don't like his odds.
Yeah.
Next up, I forget if he's still a prince or if he's the king now. It's Jarvan the Fourth, the heir to the throne. It's got a dragon girlfriend, which is great for him. Oh, does he? Yes.
Nice.
Or maybe they're just like, they're trying to figure it out. I forget like how much that relationship has progressed.
Is that the dragon lady?
Yes, Shyvana.
Yeah. Okay.
I think there's some interesting stuff you could do with Jarvan in terms of like a movement kit, like a move set. He's got this flag. I feel like he uses it as like, he drops it for damage. It also like buffs his allies, and he can like drag himself to it. And I think that's something that you could like do some fun stuff with in the fighting game, especially like in a tag game where you could drop it and then like have your ally come in and get the boost from it. That would be pretty neat.
And then maybe he tags in at the standard or something.
Yeah, he can like pull himself to it to get in. Other than that, he has one of those like isolation ultimates.
Yeah.
Which I don't know work great, but I think like the fact that it makes like actual walls on the stage like could be interesting. Like maybe instead of like shutting everyone else out and shutting you two in, it could just like really shrink the arena, like force them into a corner when they weren't expecting to be. That could be pretty neat. Yeah, I think like he's also just like a bit more interesting than like Garen, since he's got to be involved in all the Demacian politics if they ever actually explore that in the story. Yeah, so I have him up in lean yes.
Okay.
So I think like he doesn't like he's got enough going on that I think like he could be interesting, but I'm not like craving Jarvan in the game.
I need to get some water.
Oh, sure. Take a bit of a break. I'm also out.
That's better. All right.
Okay, we are hydrating, and we can talk about an angel lady.
Ah, okay.
I forgot this character was from Demacia before I was making this list. I think she's been from other places and got moved there. It's Kale.
Kale, okay.
I do think Kale has kind of a similar issue as when I talked about Zaya and Rakan in the Ionia episode. It feels like she has to be a package deal with Morgana.
Morgana, okay.
Her twin.
Yeah.
They're so linked in story and just thematically.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like, if you're putting one in, it would feel weird not to include the other.
Yeah.
I do think, like, if you're only going to put one in, I would probably lean toward the goth one.
Yes. So do they have some, like, sort of gameplay connection with each other like Zaya and Rakan do?
I don't think so. They might have at one point. Like, sometimes they'll put, like, that little flavor, like, passive in that doesn't affect gameplay really that much. But I don't think these two are even kind of, like, designed to work together.
Oh, okay.
Like, I feel like Kale is usually a top laner. Mm-hmm. Morgana is usually support and occasionally mid. So, you know, they could show up on the same team, but they don't like Zaya and Rakan are designed to be a bot lane duo.
Yeah.
They work well together. I think, like, they were both in, like, a pro game I was watching just a few hours ago.
Yeah, I see them a lot in pro play.
Also, just, I think Kale's got a good look, and I think it'd be fun to have, like, an armored angel with a flaming sword. Yes, that's real cool.
It's a great aesthetic.
I think, like, her kit has issues. It's so focused on, like, shielding and, like, invincibility and healing that you don't, there's not enough just, like, hitting people with a flaming sword for my taste.
Yeah.
And I think, like, if you're putting her in a fighting game, that's the stuff you want to play with. That's the cool aspect of the character. She does have which ability is it that does it? Okay, she, like, has this sort of ability to sort of, like, change her standard melee attack into, like, a ranged fiery attack. I think that's neat. And that Ashra in Mortal Kombat 1 kind of has a similar thing going on where she can switch between, like, melee and ranged forms depending on how her sword is charged. I also wish, like, she doesn't really have anything, like, that plays with the fact that she's flying all the time. And I feel like if you're going to put her in another game, you definitely have to give her some wing stuff to do.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, like, I have Kale down in least likely, most because I don't think, like, I think it'd be cool to have a character that looks like her in the game.
Yeah.
But I think they kind of have to, like, build her moveset from scratch almost.
Yes, definitely.
To make her work.
The aesthetic is there, but the mechanical tools are not.
I will say, I can't remember how many of the champions I've talked about yet in the show, but I kind of want to do, like, a stream where I just, like, try to, like, figure out how all the pentakill characters would work. And 2xKO.
I forgot Kale was in pentakill. That's right.
Yeah, she wasn't originally, but they decided, what if they need a female vocalist or something like that? And, you know, she's a good fit.
She's very metal.
Yes. Okay, up next, Lucian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is he another bot laner? Is that right?
Yes.
He has guns.
He has guns. I think there's, like, a few times when he's shown up in the mid lane. And there was, like a time last year when people were running ranged top laners a bunch.
Oh, interesting.
But I don't know if he was one of the ones that got put up there. And I think, like, they tried to, like, fix the game so that wouldn't happen too much because people found it kind of annoying and not fun to watch.
Yeah.
Lucian, another character who I think just looks very cool.
Yes.
Just like he's got the twin guns. He does like cool gun kata style stuff.
Yes.
He's slaying demons and monsters. Sort of a spoiler alert for like the finalist. I have him and Vayne like right next to each other on the list because I feels like they feel like a very similar niche. Just cool leather clad demon hunting badasses. And I think they both have really good shots at making the roster. And I think like unlike other characters that are kind of similar thematically, I think there is room for both of them. Like I feel like they do different enough stuff that they can find
Vayne seems more kind of like Bayonetta, where this guy seems more like Dante with his guns.
Yeah, exactly. I think like, you know, a lot of ADCs like have a problem of like, how do you make this person work in melee? And I think like it's obvious with Lucian. You give him like a bunch of equilibrium style gun karate moves.
Yes. Gun kata.
Does a lot of cool stuff, just cool gun moves. His ultimate is pretty iconic. I think you could probably find some cool ways to do this on like a cinematic super.
Like a strafe.
Yeah. Just like go into like a form where he's constantly shooting. So like if he, you know, hits you with it at a bad time, you're screwed. But if you manage to dodge it, you probably have a good opening on him. But yeah,
you should find some way for him to do like a Max Payne like dive.
Yeah. That would be great. That would be very fitting for that character. Like I vacillate between having him in most likely in Lean Yes, and I ended up in Lean Yes, but like it was close. Yeah. And I have Vayne up here. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, I could swap them at any time, just because I think both characters are cool. I think he has a real good shot. All right, we just talked about Kale. Next up is Morgana.
Oh, okay. She's also Demacia.
She is. I forget what their story is now because they keep changing these characters' backstory whenever they rework them. But I think Morgana is a bit more present in the lore, is my understanding. Like I think like they both became like dissatisfied with humanity and what was happening in Demacia, and Kale kind of just fucked off, but Morgana became a fallen angel and is like trying to stay around and like fix stuff. I think she's a bit more likely than Kale just because this is the kind of look that Riot likes to sell characters with.
She has that skin where she has like oven mitts on too.
Yes.
Yes, that's the one. That's like updated art for her.
Yeah, there's like, I think they must have updated it when she like got her visual rework. There's other characters like in the old art, so I might like try to track that down. Like I think Pantheon is in that old art.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we'll look at that. She's one of like a few characters whose kit like is basically just hitting people with purple magic. But you know, nothing wrong with purple magic. I could see her like trying to make the wings like work for like normals and like melee attacks. Since she's supposed to be like a fallen angel, I guess like she probably wouldn't need any like flying stuff like I think you would want with Kale. Although I guess she did do a little flap there for her ultimate. I think she could work. I think like she has the same problem Kale does where it feels like they're kind of a package deal, but I think Morgana has a better shot at working on her own. So I have her a lean no, like a bit more likely than her sister. But not like, I just don't think there's anything mechanically that's really pushing for her inclusion. If you're going to put a purple magic lady in the game, I think Syndra is still the more likely one. Who knows? Are there any other purple magic ladies I've talked about? LeBlanc's not really purple, but she is dark magic. Okay. Next, I thought I was done with Yordles, but they keep pulling me back in, Thomas. This
Poppy's Demacia.
Yeah, Poppy is in Demacia. She has this magic hammer that's supposed to be carried by the hero of Demacia. So she picked it up and she's carrying it around until she finds the hero, so she can give it to them. But spoilers.
What?
She might actually be the hero she's
Whoa.
searching for. Just doesn't realize
Yordle? That's absurd.
All right. When I look at this little female character holding a giant weapon, launching herself at her opponents, I see this fucking thing. Tatsugeki, yeah. Charlotta, the small character in Grand Blue I talked about earlier, is also very Mei coded. Just all about just lunging at opponents with a big weapon. I think Poppy could definitely be like this game's Mei.
Yeah.
And I think like with the giant hammer and the pigtails, you could find ways to make her work, outside of the Yordle issues.
Mm-hmm.
She's got some other stuff. I think she has a shield move that I think would be a good ranged option.
Mm-hmm.
Just various hammer smacks. The most interesting thing I think is her ultimate. In the game, it just like charges up and then it knocks like opponents back towards their base.
Ah, okay.
Like I think like if you like full charge it, it might like literally be able to send them back to the fountain.
Wow.
But I don't know if that's true or if I'm just hallucinating. But in tag games, some of them have a mechanic called a snapback, where you can like knock out the character your opponent is playing on the field and like force the other character to tag in. And I think like this would be like an excellent way to implement that.
I could definitely see that.
Like that's not a universal mechanic in 2XKO, but it's something like you can do when you're playing like as a solo character in that mode I said before.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see that something they also give to Poppy if she makes the cut. But yeah, in Yordle terms, Yordle relativity, I think she's got a pretty great shot. Yeah. She's got a lot of fun skins. Mm-hmm. She used to be like one of the ugliest characters in the game, but they've really fixed her up since then.
I remember when she got kind of a visual redesign.
Yeah, her old splash art was not great to look at.
Flattering.
But yeah, they've had a lot of fun designing new Poppy skins since then. I've got her up in lean, yes.
Okay.
Up next, this is a character I forget about all the time. Quinn.
Oh,
she's been in the game forever, but I feel like I never see her get played.
Yeah.
Even when I played the game and just watch pros play. She's got a bird. They used to say her name used to be Quinn and Valor. It's like trying to sell the idea that both of them were like one character, but at some point they cut and Valor from her name, which I don't get, because like they like added that to Nunu. Like it's Nunu and Willem now.
Oh, okay.
They like give
it's not Nunu the Yeti Rider.
Yeah, it's Nunu and like Willem gets co-billing. But there's a character in Samurai Showdown named Nakaruru who has a bird pet, and just like a lot of her kit is just her launching that bird at people. Mm-hmm. So chucking birds is like fighting game tradition at this point.
Yeah.
I think Quinn has I think this ability would be pretty neat where Valor picks her up.
Oh,
like make this like an interesting stance where she's kind of like flying around. Maybe she has like fewer defensive tools and is easier to hit, but she's got like oppressive offensive options, like kind of like when Sindel or Ermac are flying in Mortal Kombat. Like they can't block up there, but they can do egregious offensive pressure. I could see them doing something similar with her. Other than that, she's mostly just to shoot people with crossbow, shoot them with bird. I just like, if this character, like, I just don't know much about her just because like I never see her get played. I don't know. She's not super popular. She does have a Star Guardian skin.
She's a Star Guardian, apparently.
That does help. They do like selling those Star Guardian skins. But yeah, I have her as a lean now. I just don't think she's super interesting.
Yeah.
And there's many cooler characters. Other characters who can chuck a bird at someone if need be. All right. Let's get the future queen up here. It's the Dragon Lady.
Oh yes, Shyvana.
So I'll say this: my Shyvana rating is tempered by the fact that like for like the last like several years, Riot has said we're going to be reworking Shyvana very soon. We're going to get a complete visual update. We're going to completely like redo her kit, sort of like they just did with Skarner. They've done with like Aatrox in the past, or Yorick, just to completely revitalize those characters. But they keep pushing it back. It was supposed to be this year, but then they decided like they want to do whatever champion reworks they do to be tied in with like the lore they're exploring right now. So like since they've done Noxus and Ionia so far, and I don't know what they're going to do for the third season this year. They're like holding off on Shyvana's rework until like they do like a Demacian themed season. So once that happens, like we'll finally find out what new Shyvana's supposed to be like. But like until then, I think like the odds are low, just because I think like they're not going to like implement a character that's going to like get a completely new design soon. Yeah, definitely. That said, once they do, like I think having a character that can turn into a full-on dragon would be really cool. Yeah. And I think the rest for like kit, what we have of it in this game, if they want to like draw any inspiration from, just like it's a lot of punching, it's a lot of cool fire stuff. Yeah. I think that would all work great, and I'd love to have a character where you can just like play as a dragon. So I have her as like least likely for Demacia, just because she's about to get completely changed soon. Yeah, but once that happens, we can revisit Shyvana. Her likeliness will probably go up. Especially like if they want to, like I mentioned, the Jarvan Shyvana relationship. They want to do something with that, because I guess they are very close. Okay. Let's talk about Sona. Oh, okay. She's Demacia. Yeah, I also forgot she was Demacia. I thought she was Ionian. I think she's from Ionia originally, but then she fled as like a war refugee when Noxus invaded. I think that's her current backstory. I think like even before she kind of got replaced as like the main music character, I think it would have been difficult to implement her stuff in a fighting game. Like so much of it is based around these different passives she kind of stacks. I remember her being sort of the starter support character. Yeah, she's fairly simple. Movement speed, healing, and then one damaging ability. She's also she's got the keyboard floating around, which might be a little awkward to implement, though I don't think it's insurmountable. I do think like it'd be fun to get one music character in the game. Like, in the Persona 4 fighting game, Risa from Persona 4 is one of the playable characters, and her super is like a rhythm minigame. Oh, okay. And I would love to see something like that in GXKO. Definitely. But I think, like, if they do something like that, it'll be with Seraphine, probably. Yeah. Because, like, I just, like, it really feels like Sona's kind of been replaced. She's, like, I guess, like, she still has a spot as like very like intro, easy to learn support champion, whereas Seraphine seems a bit more complex. But yeah, I don't know enough about league strategy to know like what roles where they differentiate, because I know they're sort of like support mage characters, with some healing, shielding, and like a big stun. They just feel very similar, and I feel Seraphine's the one getting pushed, so I have Sona as the longest shot for Demacia. All right, next up, Silas. Silas, big point in his favor, he got his own video game. That's right. He was the main character. But yeah, Silas has a lot going for him for fighting game inclusion. Yes. The chain's very unique, cool weapon. You can definitely do some fun stuff with the chains. Also, I guess kind of an option for a Dulcim character, sort of. Oh, yeah, you could do like big hitboxes on his normals. But I think like the big thing with Silas is his ultimate, where he like hits people with the chain and steals their ultimate. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think this would be really cool to have in a fighting game, like steal someone's super move.
I was gonna say our ultimate's a thing in 2XKO.
Well, like super moves are like you build up like a bar and spend them for stuff. Braum has the best one because he just like throws a bunch of cookies and that summons a swarm of poros who like attack the opponent.
Oh, nice.
Great. Alawi feeds people to her Kraken god, which is great. But yeah, I think this would be awesome in a fighting game.
Yeah.
Shinnok in Mortal Kombat X had something kind of similar, but he would only steal like a regular special move, which opened up a lot of like unique like combo opportunities. So if they wanted to do something like that with Silas as well, I think that would be really cool for a very high complexity character. But yeah, I like Silas a lot for a fighting game character. Also, like, sort of like one of the main characters they've focused on in like Demacia's story whenever they get around to it, since they've kind of like been exploring how they like crack down on and like persecute people with magical ability. Yeah. He's sort of the face of that.
They're kind of like a police state in a way.
So yeah, if they ever circle around to doing a lot of Demacia lore stuff, I think Silas gets a major look in that. But even without that, I think he's the next champ for Demacia.
It seems the most likely from Demacia.
I do think like it might be tricky to implement that ultimate stealing thing, just because like they might have to make more unique art assets. But I hope they find a way, because it'd be fun to have him summon a ton of poros to beat up on people.
Yes.
The real problem with that, though, is that when Braum does that, the poros wear costumes to match the costume Braum is wearing. Like Braum had a knight costume in the last 2XKO beta, and when he did his super, the poros were also wearing little knight helmets.
Awesome.
It was so good. Maybe they could just like have real greasy hair when Silas summons them. All right, I talked about her way too much earlier, but next up, Vayne.
Oh yes, Vayne.
Vayne. Like you said, if Lucian is sort of like Dante, this is very Bayonetta-esque. Lots of leather, like easy to see her just like kicking and shooting and doing all sorts of horrible things to various monsters. Real cool look. Love the like ruby red glasses. Yeah, this is so cool. And I think like also like Lucian, she's a ranged character who would be easy to like add a lot of melee stuff to. Like with Jinx, to give her melee stuff, they gave her a big hammer. That really lends into her whole Harley Quinn sort of look. But with Vayne, since a lot of her stuff is like her silver tipped weapons, you can easily give her like a cool sword or some silver daggers or some other kind of silver tipped melee weapon.
For sure. For
stabbing demons in the heart. And I think like this would be a cool move, like an action roll to like get out of an opponent's strike, almost like a parry, sort of like set up a big whiff and then blast them with a crossbow. And I love the idea of just this giant crossbow as like a special ability. Or this is the giant crossbow, pin them to the wall.
Oh, okay.
That'd be fun. I think this is just a damage steroid. But yeah, I like Vayne a lot. Like I said, I have her and like Lucian right next to each other because I go back and forth over which one I think is more likely. But I have her up in most likely, like right next to Lucian. Cool. Lunias. But yeah, I think she'd be very cool. All right, one last guy. And this is well timed because he seems to be like an important focus in the current League of Legends season.
Oh, okay.
It's, Xin Zhao. He's visiting Ionia for something and is getting swept up into events.
Oh, okay.
I guess he might be getting some kind of visual redesign alongside that.
I know he's been in the game for quite a while.
Yeah, he's a classic character, still widely played, still shows up a ton in pro play. Like I've mentioned this to you off stream, but I'm thinking of doing a stream where I just like try to design a fighting game moveset for like the most popular characters at MSI, since that's going on right now. And Xin Zhao is, I think, like the #1 jungler right now.
Okay.
So I've thought a lot about how I would implement him in a fighting game. And I think it'd be pretty easy. He's got a lot of fighting game coded stuff.
Yeah.
He already has kind of a combo system where like every third attack does bonus damage.
Oh, nice.
He has this like multi-hit strike, which just looks like a fighting game combo.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a dash and a stab. And sort of similar to Poppy, he has like this move that looks like it would knock away an assist, which I think would be interesting.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like maybe if instead of like knocking out the point character, if like they try to summon an assist, you could just use this to like knock them out.
Sort of parry it.
Yeah. I think that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think if there's one character with a spear who is making the cut, it's going to be Xin Zhao.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like the classic look. I think like he'd also be a good fit as sort of like a lower magic level character.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of similar to how Darius is in the current game, but maybe just a little more complex and technical. I also think like it wouldn't hurt to have a very like Chinese coded character in the game.
Yeah, definitely.
Since the league has such a huge Chinese following,
yes.
like they don't really have a Chinese character, right? Not really Chinese, but sort of Chinese inspired in the game. Yeah. Yes, Ari kind of.
I mean, they have Wukong, but yeah.
I meant in 2XKO.
Oh yeah.
Specifically,
mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's plenty of other like sort of Chinese inspired characters in the league. But yeah, I think Wukong is definitely another one. But yeah, I think Shin is one of the most likely Demacian characters.
Cool.
All right, and that'll wrap it up.
All right, we got through a lot.
Yeah, made good progress. Still got a bunch, but I think we might be about halfway through.
Yeah,
all the characters.
Maybe a little more.
Hard to say. Yeah, maybe a little more than half. We've got most of the major regions: Noxus, Demacia, Ionia, Piltover, and Zaun. Are all sort of the big central regions. So we've got just like a lot of the smaller regions left. I think Freljord is the biggest remaining one.
Oh, okay.
They have all the ice animals,
Ash, Tryndamere, Volibear, Sejuani.
Yeah, there's a ton of Freljordians. I think that's the largest remaining region. I might try to do Bilgewater next, I think. Just because I guess there's going to be a live action Bilgewater TV show.
Oh, okay.
So we can talk about all our misfortune casting ideas.
Yes, that's right.
And I'll figure out what other regions I want to throw in with that. But yeah, here's where we stand now.
Yeah, I'm glad we got back to this.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy coming up with fighting game speculation. And I don't know enough about Invincible to make predictions for the Invincible fighting game roster.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, we'll try to pick a day to do some more of this before Evo.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, tomorrow I'm going to start some new adventure game. But until then, that should do it.
All right. See you tomorrow.